And again, I bring up Sean Bell, and there was a case of Danroy Henry, and I talked about Kanye West a little bit earlier. Him and Jay-Z actually did a song on Watch the Throne album called Murder to Excellence, and they highlighted, or they talked about, shed some light to Danroy Henry's story. He was a 20-year-old football player for Pace University. The young man was with his father and some friends, and they were asked to stop by a police officer. And according to reports that I've read, is that the car moved again, and the police, had shot in the car, hit his father. Father was shot. Danroy was shot. Danroy had died. As far as the last reports I've looked at, the family is still seeking justice. The case is still, the family doesn't feel like they've received, the answers they need in order to move on. They feel like the justice wasn't done, in the case of Danroy Henry. So, while we're talking about Trayvon, we need to remember Danroy Henry. We need to remember Sean Bell. We need to remember Oscar Grant. These individuals haven't been dead that long, which means these situations are still occurring. Especially look at Trayvon Martin. This is a recent case, but these situations are happening all over the country. Growing up, when I was young, they had the Watts riots, and a lot of that came about, because of what happened to Rodney King. A lot of people in that area, the LAPD, whatever it may be, people felt oppressed by the police system, felt oppressed by the people that are paid to protect them. Why are we feeling threatened by the people that we're paying to protect us? Why are these people not protecting us? Why are they protecting the perpetrators? Why are they protecting people that are the ones that are acting out on violence against us? Why are they being protected? Why are we being victimized? Why are we being killed? Those are questions that need to be asked. There's also James Anderson. I can't forget him. I can't forget Amadou Diallo, shot 41 times. I can't forget these young men. I can't forget the Gen 6, Marcus Dixon. These young men that were being kids. Kids fight, kids have sex, but why were their sentences more extreme than the sentencing guidelines for someone else who may be in a different race, or even being the same race? Why were they punished more severely because of these offenses? Is it because they happen to be against a white person having to get beat up, or a white girl alleged that this person had raped her of the statutory rape? Why is it different? Why are these people not getting justice? Why does it take 1 million people to go protest on Twitter, Facebook, City Hall just for the police and the courts to do their jobs? Why does it take that? Those are the questions that we need to ask. Those are the discussions that we need to have as Americans, as human beings, as people. Justice is a universal law. Everyone understands that, even a child. And when a country is not just, and when we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing, we're not protecting our people, we're not having justice, then violence will ensue, violence will occur. It's a natural law of things. People just get fed up to a point where, they feel like no one's helping them, no one's on their side, no one's protecting them. There was another situation that occurred in Florida that I blogged about, actually in 2006, out in Polk County, and it involved a Haitian immigrant named Angilo Freeland. Freeman was accused of killing a cop, killing a cop's dog. He was also accused of shooting another officer, and there was a high-speed chase that ensued, a 24-hour manhunt, which included helicopters, door-by-door searches, dogs, looking for him. And they found him hiding out in the woods. He was behind a tree. And the SWAT team fired on Angelo 110 times, hitting him 48 times. I felt personally that was a bit extreme. And according to the sheriff of Polk County, Gary Judd, he told Orlando Sentinel newspaper, that's all the bullets we had, or we would have shot him more. The sheriff really said that, and I'm going to repeat it again, that's all that we had, or we would have shot him more. I'm not even going to speak anymore about this situation because it just angers me. So I'm going to move on. Being a black male, I can totally relate to this Trayvon Martin's case. Being a black male in this country, I've too been profiled. I've been stopped by police officers. I've been asked by citizens, why are you here? What are you doing here? I've been to places accused of loitering, whether it was just me and my friends, just hanging out, going through a store, accused of loitering. And a lot of times I felt like it was because of my race. Perception is reality. And the reality is that black men in this country are continuing to be profiled. We continue being, harassed by individuals, harassed at stores, harassed at clubs, harassed on the streets by police officers. We continue to be watched and in some cases hunted and killed, simply because they perceive something is going on that's really not. It hurts me because, I don't want to be in a situation where, I'm being threatened simply because who I am. I don't want to have to be in that situation because I don't know how to react in that situation because that's not taught to you in school. They don't teach you, being a black man, how do you act when a police officer approaches you? How do you act if a white person says, what are you doing here? A lot of times, depending on my mood, I might react angrily or I might react calmly, depending on how the situation occurs. And it's a shame that really we have to educate ourselves as black men how to react to situations like Trayvon Martin's or Sean Bell's or Amadou Diallo's or Oscar Grant's, And it's crazy because we shouldn't have to, that shouldn't have to be a situation that we have to deal with as Americans. Because I feel like black Americans, black males in particular, are the ones that have to adjust to everyone else. We are the ones that have to compromise. We are the ones that have to be passive aggressive. Because when we're confrontational, people take that as a threat. And according to the law in 28 states, if someone feels threatened, they can use deadly force against us. So that just brings even more fear, for mothers, for fathers that have black males out here. Me, I'm having a daughter coming up. If I have a son, I'm going to have that same fear, wondering, 2 hours late, is he dead? Did he get killed? Is he in jail? Is he beat up? What happened? Because those are things that happen. This is not something I'm making up. If you want all the names I call, all this information is online. It's readily available to everyone. Again, like I said, what's the value of a black life? What is the value of a black life on black violence? We're killing ourselves. Sometimes, as black people, we don't even treat ourselves with the respect that we expect to be treated from others. And, I take in, my mom taught me, you treat people the way that you want to be treated. And, do we want to treat people the way that Trayvon was treated? Do we want to treat people the way that Sean Bell was treated? Is that how we're treated? So we need to, reevaluate ourselves, reevaluate how we think, as black people. We need to reevaluate our values, what we value. Because it seems like, when a black person is killed by someone of another race, particularly whites, there's a tremendous outpour of support and, of anger and that sort of thing. But when it's a black person killing another black person, a lot of times it's not that same outrage. A lot of times it's because we're desensitized. We see it every night on the news, we read it every day in the papers.